widespread frustrations today and some fears that people won't get to vote because of technical problems.
New York City Council Speaker Corey Johnson now calling for the resignation of Michael Ryan, the executive director of the Board of Elections. Michael Ryan is good enough to join us now live from the Board of Elections offices in Lower Manhattan. We'll get to the speaker's suggestion in just a moment. But first, Mr. Ryan, everyone tonight is saying, come on. Why is this so hard? This is your main job, and here we go again. We have problems. What do you tell New Yorkers tonight?
We had a very high volume of voters that came out to vote today, and for the first time in the history of the city of New York, we were using a two-page ballot in 4 out of the 5 largest boroughs. The problems that we were seeing throughout the city, we did not experience in Staten Island, where the single-page ballot was used. And it was a first time for the voters. And quite frankly, it's been an alarm bell that's been rung since 2010 when this system was put into place.
Well, you say that there was a high volume of voters. Didn't you expect that? We've been talking about this for months.
Certainly, but this is the first time that we're using a two-page center-perforated ballot that had to be filled out. It was lengthy for the voters, had to be separated by the voters, and then each time a voter went to the scanner machine, it was essentially one voter was counting for 2. So even with a high volume, it was essentially double the volume of paper that we would normally have in an election event of this size.
Okay, and you didn't expect that. I mean, you didn't anticipate that.
The system is the system. The ballots will only be processed through the scanner as quickly as they can be. The scanner works so fast. And then when you have a circumstance where we had some ballot jams and machines went down, it's like a car accident on the highway. Once the accident is cleared, it still takes time for the residual traffic delays to dissipate.
Okay, so what's the fix? How can we prevent this from happening going forward?
Well, certainly there are many fixes that could happen moving forward. I answer to a board of 10 commissioners who set the policy for the agency, so I can't speak to specific recommendations that the commissioners would make. But fixes to the elections process moving forward are the province of the New York State legislature, and whatever laws they pass and whatever rules they set that get ultimately signed into law by the governor will certainly abide by. But some of those issues must be resolved by the legislature.
Yeah, but that's not going to solve anything for tonight. There's a lot of people that still need to vote tonight. So how are we going to make it possible that everyone can cast their ballot?
So we have teams, tech teams, and AD monitoring teams out in the field to resolve issues as they come up. And any voter that is online at 9 p.m. to vote, should that happen, it's the same process that we use in every election. We establish the end of the line, either by the police officer or the poll worker, and everybody who's online at 9 o'clock will be able to cast their ballot.
Council Speaker says you should resign, Mr. Ryan. Should you?
I believe that there's plenty of time to assess all things Board of Elections after the elections are over. We're concentrating on appropriately servicing the voters of the city of New York for the hours that are left here on election night.
Will everybody get to vote tonight?
Everybody who's online at 9 o'clock, should there be lines, will have a full and fair opportunity to cast their ballot.
All right, Mr. Ryan, we know you're under a lot of pressure today, and it was good of you to take the time to join us and answer some really tough questions here. If there's anything that we can do to help spread the word of any sort of issues or just advice to voters, please let us know. In the meantime, good luck the rest of this evening. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.